Welcome to Surviving Schizophrenia with Steven. My name is Steven. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I want to make a little video here talking about what it was like when I used to be left home alone when I was very ill with my schizophrenia, and what's changed in the years since I fell ill, and how I coped and have coped with being home alone and the anxieties and stresses that can bring with my schizophrenia. So I'm home alone right now. My parents are out at a soccer game with some friends, and I'm doing great right now. I'm not very stressed. You can probably tell I'm in a good mood, and I'm doing fine. However, this was not the case in the past. When I first fell ill, I was not home alone ever. I was suicidal, and that would not have been safe. However, in the years since then, say around 2014 or so, I fell in 2012, so about 3 years later or so, I was starting to be left home alone at times, and that was pretty stressful for me. When my parents would go out, sometimes my cousin would come and visit and stay with me, but when that didn't happen, I could get pretty stressed out at times. And now my parents didn't do this often at all, but I kind of had to get used to being on my own sometimes, and that was a good experience actually. And here's how I would cope with that. Well, actually, first, here's how I'd be stressed out. I would get kind of paranoid, especially as it got darker. And I would sometimes think people were watching me outside the windows, or if I hear a loud noise outside, I get worried. Someone's breaking into the house, maybe. So I've learned, if someone's actually breaking into the house, we have an alarm system. And I would hear that. And so if I get worried about that, I can go over and check the alarm system, and yeah, it's never been an issue. No one's broken in, and I can just be assured of that. And as it gets darker, I always turn on lights. You can see it's pretty bright right here. And with the lights, that just eases my mind, because when I was really ill, the darkness would scare me, not because it was dark, but because of the things I think I would see in the dark. If that makes sense. I was not well, and I would see eyes watching me when it got dark in the darkness and stuff like that. And even to this day, I'll turn on lights, and that is comforting for me. Another thing is, say when it is time for me to go to bed, and say my parents aren't home yet, I will take my meds, right, obviously, but when I am heading, say, upstairs to go to my bedroom, I will play some music, because I find that just relaxes me, calms me down, gets my mind off anything else that might stress me out, and I will play some music and just have an enjoyable time, sing along a little sometimes, and go upstairs as I turn off the lights, and, brush my teeth and stuff, go to bed. And I find that music really helps relax me in general, but especially if I am feeling a little paranoid maybe, or a little worried that something's going to happen, which nothing ever has, but sometimes I feel like that. And playing a little music really helps me wind down and relax. And that is kind of how I manage being home alone. Because for a while it was very difficult. And again, it didn't happen often, but when I was home alone, I could get incredibly stressed out. And especially as it got darker and later, and I got more tired, I could get pretty paranoid. And now that is not quite the case. Now I don't really deal with paranoia that often. I don't see things anymore. I'm not hallucinating or anything. So seeing eyes in the dark is no longer an issue for me, which is very comforting, because that was scary. And I've learned that, no one's going to break into my house. Nothing bad's going to happen if I'm left home alone. But it took those times in the past of me being home alone, when it stressed me out, to realize that, there's nothing to be stressed out about. That was like a good experience and like learning lesson for me, to be home alone when I wasn't completely comfortable with it, but would be fine. And that taught me things will be fine. And they have been. And it's been great. And that's also good for my parents, to get out of the house and do social things. Because when I was really ill, they didn't really do that much because they had to take care of me. And that's not great for their mental health and their social lives. And I think it's good that they have a lot more like outings now, so to speak. You know, they'll go to soccer games with friends, they'll do stuff, and I can be home alone and I'll be fine because I'm doing a lot better now than I was in those past years. So yeah, let's see. I think that's all I got for this video about being home alone and how I deal with that now versus how I had to deal, or how I dealt with it in the past, and what that was actually like for me. Let's see. I just like a real quick reminder in case anyone missed it. I was on a podcast with my parents actually, and it's been like a few days as a recording since it went live, but it is live. The podcast is live now, and if you're interested, you can get it anywhere you get your podcasts for the British Columbia Schizophrenia Society and their podcast, Look Again, Mental Illness Reexamined. They did a great job, and I think it's very interesting. Personally, I mean, I was on it, but if you're interested, you can go listen to it right now and actually hear my mom as well, because she has not been on the channel as of yet. That will change soon, hopefully. I have plans. But in the meantime, if you want to hear from my mom, you can on that podcast. And here in the US, it is almost, as a recording, Thanksgiving. So if you celebrate, I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. And I hope you have some really good food and times with friends and family. And good luck if you are shopping on Black Friday or Cyber Monday. Hopefully you get some good deals on whatever you want to buy then too. And until the next video, hope you have a happy and healthy rest of your day. And I hope to see you, I said it already, shoot. I'll say it again. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.